What's up, guys? It is time once again to talk about this week's Blood Hunt tie-ins, and this week we have 4 Blood Hunt tie-ins. The first one is X-Men Blood Hunt, Laura Kinney, the Wolverine, #1. This is the last of these one-shot X-Men tie-ins. This is written by Stephanie Phillips, and the art is by Robert Gill. And this one sees Laura Kinney, Wolverine, fighting her way through a horde of vampires in this old rundown building looking for Gabby. Gabby had come to that same place the night before looking for any mutants that the vampires may have captured, but she ended up getting captured herself. Wolverine rescues Gabby, but before they leave the building, they find one other character that they want to try to help escape. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's pretty cool. And then the rest of the issue is just them fighting a big group of vampires in an effort to free that character. This is definitely of low importance to the main story, but it was just a really good issue, lots of good action, and the artwork is fantastic. I like this one quite a bit. Next up is Dracula Blood Hunt #3. This is written by Danny Lore, and the art is by Vincenzo Carratù, and this is the last of this miniseries. This issue goes back and forth between Dracula fighting this big vampire monster, which looks really cool, and Bloodline battling her father in a battle of wills inside her mind. This book is also filled with great action and great art. This has been one of my favorite tie-ins to the whole Blood Hunt event. And right now I would say that this is of medium importance to the main story because this might lead into how they defeat Blade in Blood Hunt #5. But I'm not really sure yet. Next up is Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt #3. This is written by Justina Ireland, and the art is by Marcelo Ferreira. And this is also the last issue of this miniseries. In this issue, Spider-Man, Misty Knight, and the Lizard bust into Hemoglobin Incorporated to find Colleen Wing, to find Morbius, and to find the cure that he's been working on. They split up to accomplish those tasks, and there's just a lot of good action with each one of them. Now, I definitely don't want to spoil how this all ends, but I will say that at the beginning of this miniseries, I thought that this might actually be of some importance to the main story. I thought that maybe the events that transpired here might lead into how they defeat Blade and the other vampires at the end of Blood Hunt, but after reading this, I no longer think that's the case. So I would probably rate this one as of low importance to the main story, but it's still a very fun book. The artwork is really good, and again, there's just lots of great action. And then last is Blood Hunters #4, and this is the last issue of this miniseries. Just like all of the other issues of Blood Hunters, there are 3 stories in this. The first 2 are very self-contained, one-and-done stories, and then the last story is the one that connects to all the other books. The first story is about Silver Surfer, and it's written by Fabian Nicieza, and the art is by Patch Zurcher. Now, this is actually a very interesting story because this shows that Dark Force users on other planets are also being affected by everything that's going on with Blood Hunt. The Silver Surfer actually enters the Dark Force, and we see some of the characters from Blood Hunt #1 that were turned into, Dark Force portals. It's a short story, so I won't spoil how it all plays out. I will tell you that it doesn't really have much importance to the main story, but it was still just really cool to see Silver Surfer getting mixed up in all this and how this whole event is actually having an effect on other beings on other planets. The next story is about Satana, the daughter of Satan. It's written by Mary Giovanni, and the art is by Giada Belviso. In this story, Satana has to deal with some very rowdy vampires in her club. The story is very self-contained to that one club, just to that small group of vampires, so it doesn't really have much importance to the main story of Blood Hunt, but again, just a really cool story with great action and great art. And the last story is our main story that has been continuing through all the books, featuring White Widow and Hallows Eve and Elsa Bloodstone and Dagger. This is written by Erica Schultz, and the art is by Bernard Chang. And in this, which is the last part to this story, Hallows Eve joins the group as they fight another horde of vampires. During that fight, she actually uses a new mask that is pretty fun. And this leads into the new Blood Hunter series that is going to come out in August with this same group and is going to, in some way, shape, or form, also feature Miles Morales, who at that point will still be a vampire. And that is your Blood Hunt tie-ins for this week, and none of them heavily affect the main story, but they were all actually still really, really good. So if you are looking for just some great Blood Hunt tie-ins to get, I would recommend picking these up. So again, they come out on July 17th. Let me know if you pick them up, and if you do, let me know what you think about them.